This.
What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? It's Saturday night.
Up?
We're trying something a little different. We have on more lights
It's still after dark.
than we normally do, but it's still after dark.
It's still after dark.
Normally we only have one light on, or we have no lights on. Believe it or not, some after darks there's literally no lights on, and the light that lights this space
It's okay.
is from. Well, I gotta, I'm a technical guy. I gotta give the 2 cents. So we got more lights tonight. So let's see how that works. It kind of looks like after daybreak instead of after
It does not.
have a conversation.
Happy
after
Saturday
daybreak.
night, everyone.
What's happening?
What's going on? Hope everyone had a good week.
Hope you had a good week. Listen, if you're in the room with us right now, shout yourself out. Let us know you're here.
What's up, Elizanne?
Elizanne is in the house.
Us.
All right. What's happening? Elizanne, how are you? Good to see you. Happy holidays to everyone. Hope that you are so far having a fantastic holiday weekend. A good number of folks don't have to work on Monday. So
most, I think it's most.
Most, yeah. There's some folk,
Yeah.
In service-based industries and stuff like that will
Yeah.
still be at work.
Yeah.
But a lot of folk will be relaxing. So listen, let's get into it.
Yes.
If you saw the title and the description, we're talking about sleep divorce.
Sleep divorce. Like, I never even knew that was a thing.
Never knew that was a thing. Now, full transparency, I'm going to give away something, right? We're actually going to use this topic to talk about something that's related to it,
mm-hmm.
and get to hear your opinions as well. But so here's the thing. Here's in essence what is sleep divorce. Let's jump right in. Elizanne said she's good. Actually, good stuff. So let's jump right in. What is sleep divorce? So I had to look it up. My wife told me about this week, that sleep divorce is a thing.
It's a thing.
So sleep divorce is when a couple makes a conscious decision to sleep apart in order to get better sleep.
Yeah.
in essence, that's what sleep divorce is, right?
Mhm.
So it is the two of us saying, hey, we are going to now sleep in separate rooms. We're going to sleep in separate beds. You're going to sleep downstairs. I'm going to sleep upstairs, whatever it is, right? Now, research is showing that, and here's what we want to talk about. Research is actually showing that people who engage in sleep divorce have better relationships.
Mhm. Better relationships, in particular, better sex lives.
Sleep divorce contributes to actually getting rest, and sleep divorce actually contributes to a better sex life.
Mhm.
Okay. So we're gonna talk about that for a little bit. Pedro, good sir. How are you? Actually stayed up. Yeah, man. It's
Aw,
yeah, I appreciate you,
thank you
man.
so much. We know you're
I,
hours ahead of us, so
yeah,
thank
we
you.
appreciate you. Thank you for doing that. Matter of fact, those of you who are on here right now, if you're not following this gentleman and his wife, also are passionate about relationships, and they also tackle topics that typically you don't hear about. So
Yeah.
make sure that you look him up. Look up his podcast. Matter of fact, put your stuff in the
Yeah, put
in
it
the
in the
comments,
comments.
man, so people can connect with you and your bride. So thank you for being here. Appreciate that. So here's the thing, right? I'm gonna just jump right out the gate as I
Mhm.
normally do and say that I don't understand how me sleeping down here and you sleeping upstairs can contribute to our relationship being better.
Maybe it's the whole I'm speculating, but maybe it's the whole absence makes the heart grow fonder.
It could be. It could be. Let's so you there's a therapist that we follow who
Mhm.
talked about this, and I don't know if you want to read some parts of that.
Yeah.
Um and while you're getting that together, let me throw up Pedro's stuff. So listen, guys, go follow that. Go
Yeah.
subscribe. They have a YouTube channel. Get on their YouTube channel, subscribe to them. Marriage Can Heal podcast.
Good people.
Go do that.
Good
Make
content.
sure you do that.
Yeah. Yeah. Great content.
All right.
Okay.
So, all right, the therapist that we follow. So, if you're just joining us, we're talking about sleep divorce,
Mhm.
right? Sleep divorce is essentially when a couple decides to sleep in different bedrooms or in different beds.
Mhm.
Now, if you go back to back in the day, this they didn't have a name for it, but this was a common practice,
It's
right?
common
We're,
practice.
we're watching a show right now called The Empress, right? In The Empress, in that the emperor has his quarters, she has her
She has
quarters,
her boudoir. Is that
right?
what it's called?
I don't know
Boudoir?
what it's called, but
She has
she's
her own quarters.
right.
Yep, and he
So
has his.
so it's not a new thing.
Right.
It's not a new thing in terms of that we just, like we do with everything, give a new name to something.
Yeah.
So it's now called sleep divorce.
True. It is a new name
Right.
for
It's a new
something
name.
that's always been.
Now, the thing that I want to hear from you guys, and I see the comments starting to come in. The thing that I want to hear from you guys is what we're finding out is that what therapists and researchers are saying is that this actually contributes to a better marriage,
Yeah.
and in particular, a better sex life.
Yeah.
What do you think? Would you get out of the bed that you lay in with your spouse and sleep in a different room, either for a series of nights, because this article says for a series of nights,
Mhm.
or consistently
Yeah.
forever, in order to get better sex and have a better relationship? Do you even think that's possible?
Do
So,
you even think that's possible or necessary?
or necessary? All right. We'll see the comments. We're gonna get to them in a second. What's Hill saying?
So the therapist that we follow, her name is Tammy Hill. She's amazing. And she says that being rested through adequate sleep will benefit your sex life. And she says it does, according to research. She says that she often encourages couples to make their getaways at least 2 nights in length. And then she says that of those 2 nights, spend the first night sleeping, just sleeping. And then she says creative, playful, and passionate sex happens more regularly when both husband and wife are rested.
Okay. And I get that.
I get it
I get
too.
that if you're rested, but do you have to be in a different room to be rested? Do you have to be in a different bed to be rested? That's my question. That's my question. So let's see what's happening in the comments.
Mm,
Interesting. No wonder couples long ago stayed married longer.
that's a good point.
That's a good point,
That's a good
Elizanne.
point. They were well rested.
That's a good point. Yeah, that's a good point.
That's a good point because
S-
go ahead.
No, go ahead. Finish your thought.
I was going to say that's a good point because she also points out um that, well, in a roundabout kind of way, she says that when the two of you are sleeping in the same bed, depending on what it is that's going on with you, for example, if you have restless leg syndrome
Mhm.
and I snore, then we're not getting
We're not getting great
restful
rest.
sleep.
Mhm.
And so if we're separated, then I can sleep because I don't have to worry about you tossing and turning. You can sleep
Mhm.
because you don't have to worry about me snoring. And so that's how I guess this research is saying that it's beneficial. I get
Okay.
it.
Okay. Elizanne, let me just play devil's advocate for a second, right? Because Elizanne said no wonder married couples they stayed married longer.
Yeah.
Here's the thing, Elizanne. Were they happy though?
Well,
Were they happy? Because here's the thing. I'm speaking as Oliver Marcel right now. I find I cannot fathom any level of happiness that's attached to me sleeping in a different room. I don't see it. I can't find it. I get the rest thing. I do. I get the rest thing, but the fact that they're saying that research shows that it actually lends itself to better sex, I don't get it. That I don't understand. I don't know.
I
Let's see.
do. I get it.
Let's see. All right.
I've never heard of the term.
Never heard of the term.
Neither did we until now.
We never heard of the term either. Now
Yeah.
we knew that people slept in separate rooms, right? That's been going on for that's as old as time,
Yeah,
right?
decades.
But didn't know one that there was a term for it. Sleep divorce, which why
Mhm.
they chose the word divorce is beyond me. I think that's for shock value.
Right.
And then two, that it actually enhances your relationship. What I
Mhm.
want to know from the married folk in here is that something you're willing to try? Because listen, we all want to have great sex.
Mhm.
At least I hope we do. I hope we do. We all want to have a fantastic marriage.
Mhm.
What research is showing right now is that if you do this, if you practice sleep divorce, your marriage is going to be better. Tell me in the comments if you're willing to get out of your bed tonight and go sleep somewhere else. Tell me
Why,
that. Tell me
why'd
that.
you have to say it like
Because
that?
that's how I feel. that's how I feel. That's how I feel. That's why I said it like that.
Oh gosh.
Because that's how I feel. I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that. So let's see. Pedro said, did I miss some comments? Oh, I missed some comments. Hold on. Pedro, I'm gonna come back to you in just a second. So never heard of it. You can relate to the rest. Yes, I can relate to the rest as well.
I can relate to the rest as well.
I can relate to the rest as well.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Pedro said, hell yeah, my wife said, when can we start?
When can we start?
Oh, that's hilarious because our sleep
patterns are so off.
Hey, I
it's
get
like
it.
3 a.m. and I'm wide awake.
I get it. I get it. So
Yeah.
listen, if you try it, bro, holla at me. Let me know if your relationship begins to thrive even more than it is already thriving, right? Anthony said, hey, what's up? What's up, Anthony? Listen,
Hi,
if you're
Anthony.
just jumping in, we're talking about sleep divorce. Sleep divorce is essentially when you agree to separate from your spouse as it relates to your sleeping quarters. So you're sleeping somewhere in one room, she's sleeping in another. What research is showing from therapists that we are following and other articles and doctors that we've been looking at, research is showing that it actually enhances your marriage and it enhances your sex life. So yeah, let's
I'm going jumping ahead
right.
of the comments.
Yeah. So I'm with you with the I'm scratching my head on that one too. I'm scratching my head on that one. Yes, I am, and I am happily married.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Okay.
My husband ain't having that.
Hey, listen, I hear you. I'm telling you, I'm
You know
scratching my
what?
head on
You
that
know
one.
what I think? You know what I think? I think that the women,
He said, I'm ready to get out and blow up the airbed.
I think that the wives, I think that the wives would be more prone to trying it than the
I think so.
husbands.
Yeah, I think so too.
Why do you think that is?
Because here's the thing. This is just me now. I can't talk for the guys that are in here. Guys, you can let me be out on the limb. I'm cool with that if you let me be out on the limb on this one. The reason why I don't think guys are going to be cool with that is because for me, I don't see where there can be
Where
any
you don't
level.
have any butt to
Right. There's right. What am I grabbing at? What am I holding? What am I reaching across in the middle to nothing if I'm sleeping by myself? I just, and then it's listen, let's this is after dark. So let's be clear. It is nice to wake up in the morning and cuddle
Mhm.
and that,
So
just
I can't
there's
come
some
back
level
in
of
the morning.
affection.
I can't come back at like 6 o'clock in the morning.
I don't know. I guess you could. I don't know, man. I don't know that I'm with it at all, man. But I don't know. Pedro said he ready to get out the airbed. So I don't know. Maybe it works. I believe, Oliver, it hinges on your word. We agree.
We agree.
Anthony said that could happen, but for a week.
Now,
Okay.
a week is a long time.
A week is a
A
long
week
time.
is a long time. Now, the therapist that made this post said that she suggests to her clients a couple days, one day to fully sleep, just sleep, and that's it. And then the next day, whatever.
And that's interesting because certain different people say different things, right? So that particular person says 1 to 2 days.
Mhm.
This says that it can either be for multiple nights
Mhm.
or consistently.
And people do that.
I don't know.
People do that. People do that consistently. Like that is a way of life for
Elizan,
them.
yeah, you're right. Elizan said, I'm not sure I want to do that.
However, I could understand the need for it based on all of the factors listed. Exactly.
Yeah, I guess. Hey, listen, I'm with you. We need
rest.
Camilla, what's good? Camilla, if you just jumping in.
Camilla, what's up? That's not Camilla.
Oh, that's not Camilla. Sorry, that's
Kamala.
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 Hey, how you doing? Thank you for being here.
Thanks for joining us.
We're talking about sleep divorce. Sleep divorce is essentially when you and your spouse decide that you're going to sleep in separate quarters, separate bedrooms. And not only are you going to sleep in separate bedrooms, because the question we're asking is that something you would even be willing to do?
Mhm.
But here's the kicker. The kicker is that research is showing that it will enhance your marriage and in particular your sex life. Do you believe it? Would you try it? That is the question that's on the table. That's the question that's on the table. I did ask what happens when I want
when I want to spoon. Because how would that work?
Right. Here's the thing, right? What I feel like it causes us to do is to be a little bit more mechanical about how we connect. And I'm not saying that's a bad thing because we always talk to couples about if you need to schedule sex and if you need to schedule your time, your connection time, that's fine.
Yeah.
But me saying I'm asleep in a different room for an extended period of time,
what do you mean mechanical?
I feel like now I got to be like, hey, babe, like if let's say we sleep in separate rooms, right? I got to be like, hey, babe, you gonna come see me tonight, or like, no, I'm gonna come see you tomorrow night.
That could make it kind of, mysterious.
That can make it mysterious for one day. That's it. That's gonna get real old. That's gonna get old real quick. That's gonna get old.
Not forever.
That's gonna get old quick, man. I don't know. For me, that's gonna get old quick. Anthony said no masturbation. Yeah, that's a caveat. I mean,
I don't understand.
Here's the thing, though, and you gotta expand on your comment, but I'm going to take some liberties here. Here's what if you have to resort to that because you're apart, there's no way that this is enhancing your relationship.
If you have to resort to that,
have to resort to masturbation while because you're apart,
Mm-hmm.
your marriage is not, that means this is false. Your marriage is not being enhanced by sleep divorce.
Mm.
Because if it's supposed to enhance my sex life, that means I'm having more and great sex.
Yeah, true.
So if I got to take care of myself, then this ain't working.
Yeah.
We need to move back.
Yeah.
We need-
Move back in.
We need to move back. We need to move back. Women especially. Now,
That's what I'm saying.
please forgive me if I
think
chop
so.
this name up.
Bavobo.
Bavobo. Please tell me if I said that correct, because I didn't address you earlier, and I want to be able to address everybody. You have time for self.
I'm with that. I'm with that.
And for the folk who need that, like my wife is one of those people.
I
like,
am with that.
My wife is one of those people. She needs that time. So I understand that. Here's what I don't think. I don't think it's going to enhance our marriage. Well,
I think it would, but
I don't know.
But here's why I'm with that, because let me tell you something.
Mm-hmm.
When it's late at night and you fall asleep on the couch,
mm-hmm.
and I'm like, babe, I'm going to bed. You know, if you come in, come on.
Mm-hmm.
And you're like, okay, I'm coming. Just give me a minute. I go ahead and get in the bed.
Mm-hmm.
And you fall asleep on the couch again. You fall back asleep. And I don't come back out there and be like, come on. I just get in the bed and I'm like, hey, this is not bad.
That's different,
okay.
though.
How is that different?
Because I'm not choosing to do that every night. Those are one-offs where I'm like, I'm just too tired to get up at the moment that you get up.
Yeah, but my point is, I think I would be okay with sleeping apart. I honestly think I would be okay with sleeping apart for a couple, not forever.
Okay.
For a couple nights. I think I would be okay with it, because when I get in the bed and you're not there, I'm just like, oh, this is nice. This is really, I'm okay with that.
All right. Hey, listen, might work. Let's see. We could try it. Maybe. Let's see. Let's catch up on these comments. Let's catch up. So Alexander said we must remember sleeping in different beds was the norm back then.
Yep.
Yeah.
But now start our marriages in the same bed. Yeah.
It was the norm. You're right. So there could have been really great, happy marriages. They didn't know any better. There wasn't this revelation or whatever you want to call it, where people are like doing that differently. So yeah, you're right. It will cause more conversation.
I'm laughing at Pedro's comment. You didn't get there yet.
It'll cause more conversation. Interesting. Tell me more about that.
It would cause more conversation, meaning I haven't seen you in a couple of nights, so let's catch up.
That's an interesting.
I can see that.
That's interesting.
I can see that.
That's interesting. Maybe you would have you could have sleepovers. Yeah. Have sleepovers. You're gonna come over to my place tonight. That is hilarious.
You could really make
like
a thing
your
of
place
that.
or mine.
You could really make a thing of that, and you could really, like, whatever room I chose to be in, I could really, Ollie's coming over tonight. Let me set the atmosphere type thing.
Role play. Yeah, I get that.
Role play, kind of.
That could work. That could work.
Yeah.
That could work. I could see that as an enhancement. I could see each person sneaking to see that. That's okay. All right. We
you warming up
this
to
getting,
it.
This getting good now. It's getting good. It's getting good. This is something I might be willing to try.
He's warming up to the role play. See what you did, guys?
I'm good. I think you mean that on the pronunciation.
Name.
Okay, cool. Good stuff. I agree. I think you should still have an open door policy.
So whenever I want it, I can get some and leave.
Yeah.
But that defeats the purpose.
But it doesn't.
How does it not?
Because if you're not if it's about rest and it's about connection, then you come together, you connect, and then you bounce.
No, that's not what it's about. Getting restful sleep, like no sex those nights. That's what it's about.
Okay, so the goal basically of sleep divorce is rest.
Is rest, yeah.
But what they're saying is that a byproduct of that, a benefit of that, is that your relationship. See, this is where it's cloudy for me. 100% I'm with the rest part. 1000%. I get it
Hmm.
because I sometimes cause you not to get great sleep, right? So I get that. What I can't connect the dots on is how does that make my marriage better? That's what I can't connect the dots on.
Yeah. Yeah.
Where we at?
Maybe.
I do
Maybe.
that sometimes also. I was just catching up on the comments.
Oh, maybe the. I think most women would be okay with it too. I really do. I really do. Maybe it makes your sex life better because it just the anticipate. First of all, you're rested,
Hmm.
and then the anticipation of when the two of you get back together again.
Mm.
It just makes it more passionate, maybe.
Maybe I need to talk to some doctors about that because what we haven't read. Here's what we haven't read so far. We haven't read where people say how it benefits. Like, what is the actual benefit? We've just read that
It
it enhances your marriage and it enhances your sex life. But I'd like to know how. Anthony said reading books. That's only going to work for her. If I'm relegated to reading books, this is not going to work at all. This ain't going to work because I'm not going to have nothing to do. Nothing. Let me listen. Let me tell you something. Let me tell you something. Let me give you a great example. Let me read Elizan. Let me get on these comments and I'm gonna give you a
Poor
great example.
Oliver Denise, he will not survive two
And
nights.
Elizan, I'm coming. The example is just about that. I'm coming back to that in just a second. Let me catch up. Yes, and arrange for encounters. It
It
sounds
sounds
fun.
fun,
I
right?
agree with that. It sounds
Yes.
fun. It does. And you when you hear what I'm about to talk about, you're gonna realize that this is not gonna work for me, and it's probably not gonna work for you either. Um, looked it up. It's a very normal thing out here in the
In the
UK.
UK. Yep. The
Royal
royal
family,
family does it.
right,
Yep.
right.
And have been doing it for
For
centuries.
indeed, right. So we're watching some shows right now that are time period pieces, and they're sleeping in
Yep.
separate beds as well.
Hmm.
I thought the goal was more sex. The rest comes after. No, the goal is actually rest.
The goal is rest so that your sex life can be enhanced.
Right. The goal is rest, but the benefit of the rest your is enhancement.
Hmm.
Now, I'm gonna throw in a let me tell my story first, and then I'm gonna throw in a caveat. Marriage lost excitement. Um,
I'm not
I
sure
see
what
it
that means.
more as working. Explain that. You see it more as working to be apart or to not be apart. Here's my story. While you guys are commenting. in in December of 2021,
When you had COVID.
I got COVID. Christmas week.
Yeah, it
Matter of fact,
was.
yep, it was it was the day after Christmas.
Oh,
I got COVID the day after Christmas. I was quarantined until after New Year's.
10 days.
I was sleeping in a different room,
Hmm.
and it was torture for both of us.
Yeah. Well, that's 10 days, though, babe. This is talking about just a couple days. 10 days is a long time.
It was torture.
Do you feel like it was
Now,
torture after 2 days?
yes, yes. Now, here was the great thing. Coming out of quarantine,
Was fantastic. Fireworks.
fireworks. So I get maybe how that could work, and maybe if there's a cadence that we have,
Hmm.
like what Tammy was talking about
Hmm. Yeah.
in terms of the amount of days,
Yeah.
then maybe that I don't know, maybe that could work. Uh, but if the wife is rested, then I get more sex.
There it is.
There it is. So that means you're willing to go ahead and camp out in the next room then. I'm still not willing to do that.
You're not willing? Okay. I guess I'm not either then.
I don't know. I don't know. I'm willing to try it.
I don't know about 2 nights, honestly. If
I'm
I'm
willing.
if
I'm
I'm
willing to
being
try it.
if I'm being really honest, I don't know about 2 nights.
Cause think about this, right? Think about like when I'm traveling to speak,
Mhm.
and we're not traveling together. So sometimes we're traveling together to speak,
Mhm.
but sometimes I'm speaking at men's conferences. So I'm traveling by myself.
Right.
Like I don't like being there by myself.
Yeah.
I just don't. I mean, call me what you want to call me. I don't like being there by myself.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I don't know.
I get it.
Uh lose. Anthony said lose. Lose what? What are we losing? Try it out. I'm willing to give
Willing
it a
to give it a
try.
try.
Okay. Anthony also said try it out.
You know,
Pavobo.
it's like couples that have kids. Couples get a chance to go away, get rest, and sex is great.
So here's the thing. I'm with this part of it, right? I am with the I'm with the resting because I agree with that.
Mhm.
When you are well
Well
rested,
rested. Yep.
that is going to contribute to better sex.
Yeah. Agree.
1000%. I just don't know that we have to sleep in separate beds to do that.
I think you do. Well, I think it depends on the couple and the situation. I know well rested for me,
Mhm.
I don't even know what that means anymore.
Yeah, neither do I.
Right.
I don't know what well rested means either.
So
I don't know what that looks like. And that's
honestly,
unfortunate, but we're being honest. We don't know what
honestly, for
well rested looks
us,
like.
I don't know if sleeping apart would even help.
And that's what I'm saying. For us,
For us
I
in
don't
our
I don't see that.
situation, I don't know that it would it would benefit us. Only because, with the hot flashes and the night sweats, it's going to happen whether we sleep apart or not.
Mhm. Right.
The only benefit I see is that, there would be no snoring. But I'm going to
Yeah.
be waking up anyway because of the night sweat. So,
Listen, those of you who try it, we would love to know if the research is correct and that you are starting to see an enhancement in your connection, in your intimacy, your sexual intimacy. I would love to know that. Anthony said, "When am I coming to New York?" Hey, bro, that's a fantastic question.
say the word and we're there. Put us somewhere and we're there.
That is a fantastic question. We would love to come to New York. We've
One
gotten
day.
close.
One day.
We've gotten close. We've been in Connecticut. We've been in little close around there, but nothing has popped up in New York yet. So you, from your lips to God's ears, we will be in New York. Find a men's conference for me to come to. Find a marriage thing for my wife and I to come to. We got speaker sheets that we can provide to you. We got footage we can provide to you. We got testimonials we can provide to you. Anything that folk need. So any potential engagements, you let us know. I would love to come to New York. I have family in New York, so that would be beautiful for me to get out to New York and hang out and do this. So yes, one day.
One day.
Indeed, we're there. We're there. When God says it's right and when things open up, we'll be there.
When you end a marriage for 5 years or more, it loses excitement. So doing something, yeah,
I'm with you.
change
I
it
agree with
up,
that.
switch it up, whatever it takes. Make things a little bit more spontaneous. My Jamaican girl is pretty though. I know she is if she's Jamaican.
That's all right. Listen, so here's the thing. I agree with Anthony. That is a nice way to kind of switch things up.
Yeah,
So here's my thing. It can't be constant.
it can't be. But
Switch it up. And then I think earlier up in the comments, we are talking about, hey, we're going to kind of make it kind of come to my place. And
Mhm.
right. So yeah, definitely. I'm all for that. The
Yeah,
role playing and the switching it up,
yeah,
like that's great. But to do this forever,
yeah.
or even on a cadence where I'm doing this 2 to 3 days a week, I don't know.
But
I'm not
what's
feeling that.
funny is the therapist that posted this, someone commented and said, every friend I know who started sleeping in different rooms has ended up either divorced or merely living as roommates in a strained marriage.
Hmm.
And the therapist's response to that is, now you know someone different. Jeff and I, her husband, typically don't sleep together. His restless legs and my snoring make it difficult for both of us. So what do you think about that?
We
Like
got
if there are what?
we got to figure something out.
What do you figure out?
I don't know, but I don't want to do that. Like I don't want to. I don't. You know, I hate to be the guy that's just like shooting it down. I really don't want to be that guy.
What
But
if there are medical reasons?
if there are medical reasons, you can't get around it.
These are medical reasons.
Yeah, that's not enough for me though. Restless leg, like I've had that before. Like I ain't sleep nowhere different. I'm not, you know, there's got to be something different. Like that's just me. I'm not shooting it down. I think it's a great idea, and I think that if you want to try it, you should try it. Because listen, here's the thing: anything that's going to enhance your sex life, you got to at least try it once.
That's what I'm saying.
Outside of now, let's be clear, because let me that's a soundbite that I don't want anybody to take and run with. Outside of bringing somebody else in,
Right.
because
Correct.
that's not how we get down.
Correct.
Right. There's some morals. We some, you know, we believe in something.
Yeah.
Right. But something like this, if it's going to enhance your sex life, why not? Why not? Try it. See what happens. See what happens. Elizan said exactly. Never leave that door open.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, I agree. No, not forever. I agree with that too. Can't be forever. My aunt and uncle have been doing this for like 20 years.
And they're still together.
That's what's up.
See?
I would love to talk to them or a couple who is actively or has been actively doing that.
Yeah.
Because here's the thing. You anybody who's been in these conversations on Saturday night know that I'm gonna play devil's advocate. I'm gonna joke around. But here's me being serious. I don't not believe that this can work.
Okay.
I really don't. All jokes aside, I believe that it could work. I don't want to do it. That's just me.
Yeah.
I don't want to do it.
Are these folks all of the same ethnicity? Well, according to Pedro's comment beforehand, you know, ethnicity may not even be a factor, may not matter.
Now, that brings up a good point, though, because I need to see if I can find a study that categorizes
out
this
the ethnicity.
Yeah, that categorizes this based on culture and ethnicity, right? Are there more African American folk who do this? Or are there more European folk who do this? Are there more, you know, I would be curious to know that. Caribbean,
yeah.
Right, Caribbean, right. I would be curious to know that. That's a great point. Because that could have something to do with it, right? My parents did not sleep in different rooms. But you talked about the medical stuff.
Right.
Now that comes into play when you get older sometimes.
Sometimes. Not all the time.
Not all the time.
You
but
don't
sometimes.
have to be older. Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know. Listen, we just want to bring it to you guys to see what you thought. Is this something you do, number one? Because it might be some folk that come through here that or watching the replay who are like, this, we do this, like Pedro's aunt and uncle. We do this. And it's great. And we're good.
I wonder if there are any Christian couples out there who think this is not necessarily a sin, but this just should not be. You know what I mean?
That they should not sleep together.
They should not sleep apart.
I would dare say that it would be the opposite. That there are Christians who believe that you should not sleep together.
Really?
Yeah, there's probably some very orthodox type of Christian beliefs that actually believe that you should come together. Because there was, if you go back in the day also, there was a group of folks who believed that sex was only for procreation.
Right.
So that backs up the whole ideology around sleeping in different places, because you're only coming together to build the family, and that's it.
Yeah.
It's not about pleasure, right? Like the like the woman told the countess told the girl in Empress, the show that we watching. She was like, "This is not about pleasure. This is
She was
about
like, "Don't even
enhancing
take
the
your clothes
kingdom," or
off.
something like that. I was like, wow.
Don't even take your clothes off. Just
It's like
get it done.
that's crazy. Like,
Yeah.
but I would think that there are people who, yeah, wow. I would think that there are people who are like that. So
Mhm.
I don't know. Do you think it could help your relationship? Because if my wife is rested, then she wakes up less irritated and well rested and in a better mood. Sometimes I
Sometimes I feel
feel
bad
bad
I
that I
can't
can't sleep,
sleep.
come to bed late,
And then
yep,
my said I'm
watching
watching
TV,
TV,
eating
eating
late.
late.
So listen, I'm with that. So I see the benefit of that. I see the benefit of doing that
Mm-hmm.
so that you can get so that your wife can get sleep.
Mm-hmm.
I just don't know that that should be a common practice. That's all. I don't think it should be common practice.
I'm looking at Bavobo's
Jews
last
believe this.
comment. The Ingalls.
The Ingles, yes, the Ingles.
Oh, Little House on the Prairie.
Yeah. Yeah, you're right. You're right. And I mean it worked for them, right?
It worked for them.
My question though is, and I think my pushback for that is, how many of those folk were actually happily married? Number one, and how many of those folk looked at physical connection and sexual intimacy as something that was paramount to their relationship and not just about growing the family. And I'm talking about back in that day.
Yeah, I think probably, well, I think it was probably a mix of both.
Mm.
Some people probably thought,
Yeah, because
you
that's
know,
a whole
this is,
different conversation. Yeah.
yeah, this is just for, you know, enhancing or advancing the bloodline or whatever you want to call it.
Hmm.
And I think that there were probably other people were like, yeah, that's all great, but this is also for pleasure as well,
Hey.
and intimacy and connection and togetherness type thing.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. We just wanted to bring it to you. Listen, it's a holiday weekend, so we cutting it short tonight.
Yeah.
But listen, if you try it, we would absolutely love for you to tell us how it is working for you.
How
Like
is it working?
like you don't gotta give us like all the details,
No,
obviously,
we don't want to know that.
but we would love to know, is it working for you?
Mm-hmm.
And shoot us an email, admin@denali.org. Matter of fact, shoot us an email if you got some topics you feel like we should talk about.
Mm-hmm.
Because we'll take suggestions for topics you feel like we should talk about. But if you try this, which I'm going on record to say that I'm not going to try this. But
okay, well, I guess if he's not gonna try it, I'm not gonna try it either.
if you're gonna try, if you try this, we would love to know. Like, try it, a month. I'm not saying a month every day, but pick a cadence. Let's say you're gonna try it 2 nights a week. And then see if the weeks are, if there's some enhancement, if there's some benefit to that. So we would love to hear from you. You can shoot us an email at admin@denali.org. I think we got a couple more comments.
Pretty
Let's get these comments
interesting.
before we get out of here. Pedro said, here's a question. How many marriages could actually be saved by doing this? Interesting.
Yeah.
Listen,
That's a possibility.
that's a possibility.
Yeah.
That is a
That's a
possibility.
possibility.
I mean, especially for individuals where their schedules are misaligned.
Right.
There was somebody in the comments that was talking about, I think it might have been Pedro, was talking about the schedules just being misaligned, right? So that really could be a viable
fix.
option
Mm-hmm.
for creating some level of balance and harmony.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm with that. I'm with that 100%.
Marriage
is
has
transformed.
transformed so much
Yep.
over time. So I would be
Cautious.
cautious of the long term of sleep divorce. The independent woman could see this as the best.
I'm with you. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. That's a good point.
So meaning like the independent woman would take advantage of
Yep.
that.
Yep.
Yeah.
which is
I
why
could see that.
the person that said to Tammy, like, they end up being roommates.
Right.
I see that. I
Yeah.
could see that being the case.
Yeah. I could see that
I could
too.
see that being the case,
Yeah.
especially with if they doing what Anthony was saying. If you start masturbating and doing all of the other stuff, and you taking care of yourself and you getting great sleep, you're
Mhm.
gonna be like, oh yeah, we good.
Yeah.
I see you when I see you.
Yeah. That's true.
And I don't want that to happen.
Mhm.
But yeah, that's man. So there's a lot of ways this can go. So and as it is with all marriage related things, right? What we do and what works for us and what allows us to get to harmony and get to thriving may not be the same thing that does that for you, right?
Mhm.
Sex is more a common conversation today. Back then, everything was in secret. Yeah, I agree with
Yeah.
that.
Mhm.
I agree with that. Hold on, let me. Good question. Thank you. Good stuff, Anthony. Let me know if you try it. Let me know, bro. Let me know how it works out for you. Yes, let me know, bro. He said I'll give you the details too.
And we don't want the details.
That's what's up. I'm gonna go ask North Carolinian man of my life. Okay.
There will be some conversations tonight.
And see that I love it. So here, that's a beautiful comment. Thank you so much for that, because that is the entire goal
the
of
whole
these Saturday
point.
nights.
Mhm.
That is literally the entire point of these Saturday nights, is to spark conversation between you and your significant
Yeah.
other. That's it.
Yeah.
That's all we're doing. If you notice, we're not giving any advice.
Yeah.
So we have a show called Inside the Relationship that's coming up soon. Since I mentioned it, let's go ahead and just pull up the shameless plug. We might as well show you what it is. Inside the Relationship, season 2 is coming soon. Now, inside the
Yeah.
relationship, we do give some advice,
Mhm.
because inside the relationship, there's a question of the week segment. So we do give some advice. But in this conversation on these Saturday nights, you notice we don't give too much advice, because it's really about
Sparking
just throwing something
conversation.
on the table, on your table, and allowing you to chop it up however you want to chop it up. So
Right.
I love that. That's great. Have that conversation. That is awesome. That is absolutely awesome. All right. So let me get these comments and then we'll get out of here. Sleep divorce would kill a marriage if the
their
schedules are misaligned.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah.
I agree with that. And I was thinking something different, but if their schedules are misaligned, like think about when when I was working nights.
Yeah.
And imagine me working nights and sleeping in a different room.
Yeah.
That would not enhance our relationship.
Right.
Yeah, more divorce has been happening, Anthony said.
Yeah.
Oh, Anthony's single right now. All right,
Okay,
so when you
okay.
get married, let me know how it works out for you. Let me know how it works out for you. And listen, we'll do the same for you if we decide to try it, because I know I said I was dead set against it. If we decide to try it, best believe we'll do a video about it, and we'll let you know if we decide to try it. But that's something to think about. Listen, just
We'll probably call each other in the middle of the night and be like, you know what?
yeah,
This ain't working.
yeah. Come on back.
Come on back.
Yeah, come on back.
I can't sleep.
I can't sleep. Right. I can't sleep anyway.
Right.
Right. So
I
come
can't
on,
sleep.
just come
I
on
need
back.
you in the bed.
Come on back.
Yeah.
Yep. He says chopped. We do.
Don't have any more rooms.
I don't have any more rooms. Okay. Yeah. And that's the next thing. What if you can't do it? Now what are you doing? Somebody's on the couch, or hey, you did say just try it. I did. You're right. You're right. So I gotta practice what I preach. I have some questions sending to you. Yeah, please do. Absolutely. Without a doubt. Shoot me an email, admin@denali.org.
Can't see it happening.
Can't see it happening, Elizan. All right. Listen. All right. Listen, that's what they say, but here's the thing. You got to take what they say with a grain of salt, right? And here's the thing. You got to take what they say. You take, like I heard an older guy say this a long time ago. You eat the meat and spit out the bones, right? What's going to work for your relationship may not work for others.
Right.
Now, I said we weren't going to give advice, but here we go. What may work for your relationship may not work for others, right? So you try some things. If they work, they work. If they don't, they don't. And you try something else. Man, appreciate you, fam. Love you right back, bro. Appreciate that.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for the love, man. Thank you for the love. All right, we're going to get out of here. Listen, if you're having a barbecue and you at least within 2 hours driving distance, go ahead and shoot us an invitation. We'll go ahead and show up. No problem. No problem.
We will not be showing up like that.
Listen, we hope you have a fantastic rest of your Memorial Day weekend.
Yeah, he's
Yep,
just
he's just
looking at
looking
me.
at me.
No
No
words.
words. Yeah,
That means no.
that's because he probably feel like me. That's what. That's why. That's why. Have an awesome Memorial Day weekend. Listen, while we're on the topic of Memorial Day, most of us, it's a it's a get together, it's a cookout, it's eating and laughing and all of that kind of stuff. But listen, shout out to the men and women
that
who put
sacrificed their
themselves
lives.
on the front line to even make this possible.
This would
right?
not be a day without those people.
So shout out to those
Yeah.
of you who are in any way connected to the military, whether you yourself served or you have kids or loved ones, family members that served. Shout
or
out
if you
to
have loved
everybody.
ones that made this Memorial Day even a thing,
Yeah.
because they sacrificed their whole entire lives,
Right,
and are no longer with us.
yeah.
Our
Salute.
prayers are with you, and
Indeed.
salute.
Indeed, we would be. It's sacrilege to just fire up the grill without acknowledging the reason why you even
People
have
that
the
gave their
opportunity
lives.
and the freedom to have as much fun as you're gonna have this
Yeah.
weekend. So shout out to those folk. We got some amens to that as well. So listen, we're gonna get out of here. Man, we love y'all. Thank you so much for rocking with us on Saturday nights. Share this with somebody because we want to get some more people to get into the conversation. If you're not following us on YouTube, make sure you follow us on YouTube. If you're on Facebook, follow us on Facebook. We would love to have you as a part of our community. Blessings on all of you. We're going to get out of here. And listen, if you try sleep divorce and it works, salute. If it doesn't work for you, that's okay as well.
That's okay as
But
well.
we just wanted to bring that subject to you so you have something to talk about. See if it'll work. Pitch it to your mate and see what they say. All right? We out of here. Blessings on you, family.
Bye, guys.
We'll
Have
see
a
you
great
soon.
weekend.
Take care.